channel. This is Roberto Pineda-Casanova. My channel is Louisville, and it is about O-gauge layout that I have. Some of you might have seen some of my previous videos. Today is a special one because Louisville, which is the name of my layout, it is a fictitious town, but it is located in Kentucky. I try to emulate, or as much as I can, most of the services that the trains were involved with. The kind of like coal mining is one of them, and I have a coal mining area and set up. Lumber, the collection of lumber and transportation of lumber, and I have that in my layout. But I was missing something, which is the third most use of the trains here in Kentucky, and that was the transportation of people. Because I didn't have, for a long time, the typical local trains that were used for the transportation of people. I don't know if you know, but there was a very famous train railroad here in Louisville, the headquarters of the L&N, or the Louisville and Nashville. The Louisville and Nashville was very popular here. The headquarters were here in Louisville, where I live. The building of the headquarters is still present and is here in Main Street in downtown. Next to it, there was another building where the train station, the Louisville Union Station, was. It doesn't exist anymore. Some of the parts of the buildings are still there, but it doesn't exist anymore. But the L&N had a very famous train, and those times, 1940s, 1950s, 1960s, they used to name those trains the route where they will go to. And there was a very famous one that was part of the L&N that started in Cincinnati, come through Louisville, and then go down south into New Orleans, all the way down to New Orleans. For a short period of time, at some times, they will even go to Florida from New Orleans and then come by same route. Used to say, according to the records, that it takes about 22 hours to go do that route, and it was done almost every day. Now, the train, or the most famous train that used to do that, that route, was called the Humming Bird. And I tried to, the best I can, to find out if I could get the Hummingbird to be part of my layout, and I finally did. I like to collect Lionel trains, and Lionel doesn't do a whole lot of L&N items, but this time they did. And thank God I was finally able to acquire one of them, actually two of them, and I have them for you to display to you and show it to you today. The most famous one that they used to do, this is a F7, and these are the colors of the L&N, you said Louisville and Nashville. This is an E7, and there is an E8, which I also have, and it's the one that you're going to see running on the track. But these are the typical colors, and it's a beautiful type of engine. The F7, as compared to the E8, which is the one you're going to see, very similar engines, except that this one was a little bit smaller. Lionel produced the F7, and he has a motorized one and a non-motorized one. And the cars that they used to do were basically this color, and this is the colors that they were more famous for. Is the dark blue with silver tops, and obviously they have the Louisville and Nashville name over here. This one's are mostly on photographs, and this is the one that most people think it was the most common passenger cars for the L&N, when in reality the famous one was the Hummingbird, and the Hummingbird didn't have these colors. The Hummingbird had this color. It was a silver with blue lines. It's just beautiful engines, and you see it says Hummingbird over here, and then the L&N markings. And this is the set that came as the Hummingbird L&N set, and is the one you're going to be seeing running in the layout in a couple of minutes. So I just wanted to show you there was the two types of colors in the cars, but the one that was actually known as the Hummingbird was this kind, the silver one. And I'll be very glad to show it to you running on my layout, which is actually Louisville. Louisville is a fictitious town in Kentucky. And we have the L&N running through it, running passengers, and you'll be seeing that. Have fun.